Alright, last but not least, we got Alexis and Justin.
Here we go.
Whew.
Drama City, dog. This dog. There's a lot of drama here. There's a lot of drama dealing with the animals.
Yeah. Her first thing when she walked into the apartment was like, oh, it's so nice and, you know, she likes and everything. But it looks like something's missing, and what's missing is the animals.
Yeah, missing animals.
She's got a dog, he's got a dog, and he's got a cat. Okay?
I'm sorry. Y'all do it, and I know I'm sidetracking. But he lived in this little space with the dog and the cat.
You mean not sidetracking, jumping ahead?
I'm jumping ahead. But the little space with the dog and the cat, that's...
Justin had a little space. She was like, oh, wow. You got the kitchen, living room, bathroom.
Yes.
And he was like, I'll give you the grand tour. She was like, oh, yes, I must have the grand tour. And it was like he stood in the middle and did it. Just turned around.
This way. And all she could do was like, okay. Good. We got it.
But Justin was like, you know, he can't wait to get the dogs, the animals together. Yeah. And, you know, he says, you know, it takes my dog a minute to get used to people. Mm-hmm. That was saying it lightly. That dog. But they go to her place and she was like, this is my art corner. This is where I paint this. And, oh, this is a picture of me. And he was like, we're going to have to take that to the apartment. Yeah, he said. And when they get to the apartment, he says, you can put that in my bathroom. He's like, no, I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, he did.
They put it in the hallway.
Yeah, he did.
And she was like, you know, he says, can you do me a painting or whatever? She was like, if you pay me.
If you pay me, dog, you can't no marriage benefits. I laughed at that. I'm like,
I mean, for real.
There's no marriage benefit. Just pay. I guess her time is valuable.
It gotta be.
Her time is valuable, so she don't want to do it for free.
They go in her bedroom, and she was like, "Are you ready? Brace yourself. I'm gonna let you see my closet." And he was like, "Good gosh." He was like, "It's so much stuff in there. It overwhelmed him because it's not organized. It's all kind of clothes in there." He was like, "This is a lot."
Yeah, he's a neat kind of. He's a neat freak, and we got to organize some things.
And then that's when she, of course, he meets her dog Newton, and she talks about, should I bring the dog sanitizer? And she was like, he said, you got dog sanitizer? Yes. When the dog comes in, yes.
Dog sanitizer.
Like I said, then they go to his place. They meet his dog Maya and the cat Baloo. And when he sits on the couch, he pats on the seat, and Maya jumps up there. And he's like, no, not you.
This was funny, because I'm like, dog, did you just pat for that woman?
Like,
did you just pat for that woman? What's wrong with you? Dog, you don't pat no seat for no woman and be like, something wrong with him. That's like almost like Woody messing with a black woman's hair. You don't put your hand to my hair. And she was, and Alexis like,
she was like, what you talking to me?
You talking to me? That's not for me. That must be for that dog. Must be for that dog. He don't know. He doesn't know really who he dealing with. Don't let y'all home now. Don't let the honeymoon's over. Don't let this fool you. She about that life.
But he's like, let me show you my space where I work at, and basically it's like out on the balcony. He was like, because the space is so small, we come out here when I have friends over. You know, we play games out here, and you can hear the plane going on. She was like, oh wow, you're that close to the airport. And he was like, you know, as a bachelor, I was like, I figured, you know, it's a good spot, but obviously this is not going to work for when I, you know, I'm with somebody. And he was like, yeah, the planes go over just about every 3 minutes. She was like, oh no.
And then he's sitting there looking like,
yeah, this small space is, and the planes is not compatible with
she's
my
like,
lifestyle.
She's like, I would never come. She said, if I was dating him, we would never come to his apartment. Never. I'll be ready to go home.
So later we see them come to the apartment. She brings Newton. He brings Maya and Baloo. And, you know, they're like, how do you introduce one dog to the other? You know, and they kind of, you know, pity-pat around it. You know, the dogs kind of looking at each other. At one time, Maya did growled at Newton. Yeah. You know, and then, so they were in the hallway, and Justin didn't do anything in particular. He had Maya
on a leash,
on a leash. But when Newton went past,
Maya jumped out and grabbed that dog.
Nipped that joker.
Grabbed it like he owed him some money.
Bit him in the eye. And she was like, oh my gosh, she called the ER vet, and I need to bring my dog in. Can I bring him now? And And she was just like, oh my gosh, his eyes bleeding. And he gets all emotional because he's hurt that Newton got hurt, and Newton's her baby, and so she's hurt. And he was like, I think I underestimated them relating. I figured it would be better than that. And we find out later when she took Newton, they fixed the eye, but he has to wear a cone.
Yes.
To protect him from messing with the eye. And they had a conversation overnight that we see on the just the apartment camera, where she basically was like, I don't know how I feel about the dog. What if she attacks me? I'm afraid. I don't feel safe.
I don't feel safe, and I ain't gonna be in a place where I'm not gonna be safe at. It was just, and this was, it was in the kitchen, and she was like, which made me think, I know Maya attacked Newton, but he ain't attack people. So why she feel so unsafe? Like Maya gonna bite her?
Because, and that's understandable. You figure if a dog will attack another dog, they'll attack a person. They're no respecter of persons. They just attack.
They just attack. So.
But anyway, so they decided they taking Maya out. Like, he looked like he was driving out into the boondocks, into Area 54.
He was out on the coast somewhere where he was taking the dog. I didn't know where he was going. I'm like, I hope this dude, I know they were saying it, like, this dude ain't gonna go drop this dog off, is he? Just in the middle of nowhere. Now, we know people who drop some dogs off. In the middle of nowhere. I ain't gonna say their names. I ain't gonna say names. But we know some people that drop their dogs off. Dog ain't never come back home.
No, but she did try to chase the car after
She did try to chase the car
after
they put the dog out.
Ha! But anyway, but we know two people that just put their
dogs out. Yeah.
Anyway, so they're taking Maya to get trained. Some aggression training. It's a place to take the dog to, and he was like, I don't want to leave her there. And like, we're looking at it, I'm like, this look like,
it don't look like your typical kennel. It looked like a place where, you know what,
like they do not do right by them dogs.
Like Maya on her last leg. That's what it looked like.
But he was like, I have to leave
dog
her there.
Walking.
Yeah,
That's
I have to leave her there. And, it's like, if it doesn't help, he'll have to think about giving Maya. He'll have to think about giving Maya up. Because, he's like, I want to save my marriage if it's going to be an issue with my marriage. And if I have to give the dog away, I mean, it is, but I'll have to think about that. And so then Pastor Cal comes to visit them. And Alexis opens with, we had a miscommunication when it comes to the dogs. And he didn't have any concerns when she asked. He said, that I could trust him that Newton was gonna be okay, and he was like, I genuinely thought that Maya would be fine. And she was like, but he didn't share that Maya's been in some other altercations with other dogs before, and he didn't tell me the whole truth, and he held back the truth, and if you don't tell all of it, then you're not telling the truth. And Pascal was like, I don't think it's a matter of him not telling the truth. He just underestimated
the dog.
He didn't think that there would be an issue. So, how you going to hold that against him? And, who do you think he is? Like, this going to...
And she was like, I don't know.
She was like, I'm not sure who. I'm not sure who he... Oh, my gosh. She was like, you ain't going too far.
She loves the dog more than she loves Justin. That's what the bottom line is, right?
Well, first of all, let's go back. It's not her dog.
Oh, sorry. I can't say dog.
It's her child.
Her child. Hey, she ain't married to me. I'm going to say dog. Dog. She ain't married to me. She made that man... Look, that's her dog. She loves that dog more than she loves Justin. She's proven to Justin his pecking order, right? Where her loyalty lies. Her loyalty lies in Newton, then Justin, and then whatever else. But that dog is higher than the list than Justin. And that's going to be a problem in their relationship. Because the way she handled it smooth. She called the vet and all that other stuff. But she was pissed at him. Mm-hmm. And she was still pissed when her and Pastor Cal met.
And Justin actually ends up crying. It's like, Pastor Cal's like, what's going on? And he was like, I feel like a crappy owner. Like, I should have picked up on the signs. I just really didn't think there would be a problem. And, it hurt me. Again, it hurt me that her dog, who means so much to her, got hurt. And Pastor Carl's like, I see that you know you feel deeply and you're an empathetic person, but don't beat yourself up about it. You know, you had no idea that it would go like that.
I had no clue.
And he was like, I need y'all to give each other some leeway. And allow each other to be human. Allow for there to be mistakes. And, you know, she was like, but, what do you need from him? Is Pastor Cal asked. She's like, I need him to overshare. Tell me whatever it is. Even if you think it's going to make me mad. And Pastor Cal was like, but that puts a greater responsibility on Justin, you know, to give absolute clear truth.
Clear truth.
And answers. You know what I mean?
And then she goes right to it and asks him the question again. If this happens again, I
need you to keep your word about giving Maya away. And he was like, you know, well, you know, I'll think about that or whatever. It's not a done deal. She's like, wait, hold up.
We said it was a done deal. We said it was a decision that was made. And we said, so you coming back now?
Look, if Maya comes back and there's no change, she was like, I'm not staying where I don't feel safe.
And I'm not being married to Justin. She said her marriage will be over if Maya comes back and Justin doesn't get it together. I'm tired of Justin crying.
I told you he's an empath. He is very empathetic.
But you can't, this situation is not your fault. Your dog...
But he owns the dog.
Yes, he owns it. I understand he owns the dog. Right? He had the dog on the leash. He had an opportunity. He tried to pull the dog back. If it had not happened then, it was going to happen, because animals are territorial. Mm-hmm. Animals want to see who is the biggest dog. That's what you get. Who's the biggest dog in the yard? Regardless, you brought two alphas in the room. What do you think was going to happen? And her dog got a little scratch in the eye. If anything, I think she should move her dog. I'm just saying.
That dog ain't going nowhere.
I know that dog ain't going nowhere. But he should have instead of crying, he should be like, what can we do to compromise? How can I make you feel safe?
Ain't no compromise. She said, if the dog come back, I'm out.
Justin in trouble. Somebody will be getting rid of the dog.
Well,
Justin might be getting rid of the dog. I'm gonna keep my eyes out.
We'll see what happens with Dog Gate.
It's bad. It's bad though. But I mean, it just messes with the relationship. If he's gonna cry, and I'm almost done with the crying thing. If he's gonna cry every argument they have, she's gonna walk all over him. Mm-hmm. She's gonna walk all over him. He's gonna be miserable after this honeymoon if he continues to cry and be. I don't want to call the man soft. I don't want to say soft. Very empathetic and make everything about him. Sorry, I want to put it that way. Make everything about him, because Pastor Cal said, you know, it's okay. Treat yourself right. Mm-hmm. You know, you can't make everything about him. So it's gonna be interesting to see how these couples pan out, because there's been a lot going on.
Yep. But that's it for tonight.
That's it for tonight, y'all. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of our reviews. Once again, make sure you check out some of our all-star panels. We have some great panelists. We have Talisa Ray. We have August Love Story. Make sure you check that out. Also, check out August Love Stories. I have a podcast that we have that we did with them. So check out that as well. So
yeah, check it out, y'all.
Check it out, and make sure you join our membership also. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us, and have a great night.
Bye, y'all.